It was a great night tonight.
Okay, what did
First
you?
of all, I seen a man stand up for his wife,
Okay.
which we don't see that much anymore. That made me have hope. How about you?
I
How
wanted.
did you feel about it?
I wanted your opinion on it because you're a comedian, and so it was that thing where like, was that joke too far? How did you feel about what Will did? Because you are someone who's done comedy, and yet, like you just said, you saw a man defending his wife.
Yeah. I want to know how you felt about it. Would you want your husband to do that for you if you was clearly hurt? I mean, they put her face up on the screen. He looked over at his wife. She was hurt. What would you want?
I would want him to defend me. The thing that made me sad was like this was a big night for Will, and then you saw that emotion for him, and it was like it's just I can't. I don't think I've still processed how this night went. You know.
Well, I just know she better take care of business when they get home. Because I know I would. If my man did that for me, I'm just saying.
What do you say to people who are critiquing him online right now? That?
Yeah, what you doing for your family? Who you protect?
That's how they're trying to spin this bullshit. As Will Smith jumps up to defend his wife and his family. Gentlemen, make no mistake. We have entered dark, dark territory, especially amongst black men. Gentlemen, that's what they expect of us. That's what they expect. They expect you, they expect me to run to jump up with a battery in our back with no thought and just throw away a life of work. I am going to sit back and you know, plenty of people have said what they got to say. You've heard all the jokes, and I don't have any new material to add on this one. Like you said, they're public figures. And for so many people for so many women, black women, to be rushing to defend violence, these are the same people who would sit back and tell you that domestic violence is wrong. I mean, the hypocrisy knows no bounds. And to spin it as though this man came to the defense of his wife's honor. Wife's honor? Let's get into this, people. We have been drug into the Smith family debacle for the past 3 years. None of us asked to be here. None of us asked Jada Pinkett Smith to go make red table talk and start discussing the intimate details of her family and such and so forth. You know, and Will, you ain't escaping from this free either, my friend. Will Smith don't have to cuss the cell on his records, but I do. You chose your image. You chose to marry a woman, Jada Pinkett Smith, who everyone knew, and you even knew she was still in love with Tupac. You chose that. And what y'all choose to do in your own personal, private life is one thing. But I find it funny how so many people are trying to frame this as a man standing up for his family. What about Chris Rock's motherfucking family? What about Chris Rock's people? What about Chris Rock's kids? Why does Chris Rock get to get punched or slapped on international television? And that's okay. Why? Because he's a black man. And like I've always said, gentlemen, make no mistake about it. Like it or not, the one person you could not have done that to would have been a black woman. But you can do it to a black man, and you got black women and black men co-signing this. Black men, I want you to be clear. If you are running out defending this bullshit, you need your head checked. Pounding your chest, jumping out of the window, defending this Captain Save 'em kind of stuff ain't gonna get you any brownie points. Let's talk about some high level stuff. The Academy has a code of conduct, things you should and should not be able to do. When you go to these award ceremonies, they even have people sitting in the on deck circle just for when the celebrities and stuff go to the bathroom for seat fillers, like extras on the set. And when these people are there, they have to abide by certain rules. There's a story of a woman who was a seat filler. And she was asked by a celebrity, hey, you ever hold the Oscar? No. You want to hold one? Yeah. And the woman took her picture of her holding the Oscar. She posted it on Instagram. They removed her from the Oscars. So let me get this right. If you are caught holding an Oscar and as a seat filler, you can be kicked out. But you got all of mother flipping security watched Will Smith march up to the stage. What did they think he was going to do? Hug Chris Rock? Yell at him? Chris Rock didn't know what was going on because the joke wasn't bad. And the assumption, and let's get this whole disease. She's got a disease. This woman doesn't have pancreatic cancer. Her life is not in jeopardy. It is alopecia. Men have it too. When they lose their beard, when they lose their splotchy hair, it is not so traumatic that she is to be handled with kid gloves. And let's remember, Will Smith threw his head back laughing, ha, 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 until he looked over at Jada Pinkett Smith, and then automatically, boom, you know what happened? Execute Order 66. That is exactly what happened. Enter battery into back, enter self-destruction mode, black man. Will Smith jumped up and executed Order 56. He went up there on the night to where everyone knew he was going to win. And what did he do? Made a fool out of himself. Made everyone in the audience feel uncomfortable to where people are sitting back consoling him. Oh, poor Will. Man, screw Will Smith in this regard, man. Why y'all patting Will on the back? Tyler and Denzel, why didn't y'all go talk to Chris Rock and say, that's disgusting what happened to you? Security didn't do their job. Even if they let the incident happen. And this is why I tell you, gentlemen, learn martial arts. Couldn't have been me. I support Shannon Sharp on this. Will Smith, I will tell you right now, you trained to be Muhammad Ali. I'd have tested your chin. Because when that man is coming towards you, he's not coming for friendly things. And I know Chris Rock has a contract to sign and this and that and all the business, but I am sorry. There is something that's called a reaction. I wouldn't have whether I would have jumping into a fight, maybe not, but I wouldn't let him hit me. You can evade that. Step 45-degree angles in when he rear back, all you gotta do is step 45-degree angle in or slide with it, hook over. There's all kind of things, but I would not have just ate a full face slap. If somebody used to be a bouncer at a nightclub, I tell you, there's ways to avoid contact without having to initiate, but French toast that. Not on international TV, because look, when Will Smith did what he did, there is no win. One man dominates another. No, man. Let's keep it moving. There's only a few things that are worse than to slap a man, especially a black man. The only other thing is to spit on him. Security saw this happen, and Will Smith was allowed to go sit back in his chair. No security came. No one said a mumbling word to him. Then he was allowed to drop not one, but 2 F-bombs. That's an FCC violation. They didn't cut to commercial. They didn't do anything because, hey, it's just a black man. It's just a black man getting slapped on international TV. It's just a black man being slapped in front of the world. You know, it's just Chris Rock. It's just Pookie. You know, it ain't no big deal. Ha, 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 ha. You know, it's just Chris Rock. Man, fuck that. It is more than that. Our image was attacked last night. And Will Smith, you did this. You did it, and it wasn't even, and my thing is, even if you side with the fact that he attacked, it wasn't his first mind. He reacted to how his wife looked. Insert the battery in back.
Execute Order 66.
And this is why we are the joke of so many people, because look, if Will Smith's initial reaction would have been to check Chris Rock, I may be able to rock with that one. But only when Big Mama get upset, then you got to fly into action. And everybody, that's why I say, don't question Big Mama. So now what ends up happening? He drops 2 F-bombs. Then he has the nerve to come up there and offer some bullshit apology, talking about I am being called by God to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, so Chris Rock ain't protected by God? Chris Rock don't have a family. This bullshit virtue signaling. You want to protect your family? You know what you need to start with. That red table talk and all the stuff that's out here. The edge you're on ain't got nothing to do with Chris Rock or us. He apologized and actually tried to frame it as it was some virtuous moment where he was emulating Richard Williams, how he bullshit, man. I was so disgusted because, yeah, why does this matter? Because I'm a black man and we have one ethnic image, and you got two of the wealthiest, most noble, notable black men in the world, arguably in American history, reduced to a bullshit fight at a club. And then you got people sitting back co-signing this mess. I saw a man setting up for his wife. The bottom line is it was supposed to be Will Smith's night. But just what we have shown far too many times, it is damn near impossible for a black man to have something of his own. Barack Obama was the president. He shared the spotlight with Michelle. Will Smith has had to share his spotlight with his wife, and it has never been good enough. And instead of taking care of business on the therapist's couch, and instead of taking care of business and doing what he needs to do, he decides to take it out on another black man. This is why I tell you, black men, we are all we got. This is why code is so important between men. This is why I don't beef. Because once it starts, it never stops. And we are so quick to respect each other by not getting into this shit in the first place. For the men who always claim they want to be the most respected are some of the most disrespectful motherfuckers on the planet. That's right, I said it. You this, that, my code, and this and that. Some of the most disrespectful people, because you cannot let one man stay in his lane and do what he has to do. Chris Rock is a comedian. Jada Pinkett Smith is a public figure, whether we like it or not. And when you are on the front 5 or 6 rows and a comedian's up there, you are fair game. It was a punk move on all accounts. This man is stature is bigger, stronger, and Chris Rock, thank you, my friend, because even though I like to believe I would have handled it different, I don't believe you expected this man was going to come up to you and disrespect you and assault you for the entire world to see. I hope it comes out that he's on drugs or something, that something's wrong, because there is no way that was supposed to ever happen. But yeah, it does. It happens when you become a simp. Y'all can say people can say what they want about men's lifestyle content, men's content spaces, but this is one of the uncomfortable possible outcomes from men becoming so emasculated, so entangled to where they just pop. What do y'all want men to do? Oh, Will Smith was supposed to just let Jada run wild and say what she want to do, what she want. Well, you can't control nobody in this world, but Will, Chris Rock is not your problem. Chris Rock wasn't in your house entangling with your wife. Chris Rock ain't on the red table talk, and none of us deserve to listen to any more of y'all's bullshit. I think I speak for a lot of black people. We are tired of hearing the Smith family bullshit. Save us all the trouble of your family bullshit. It's not helping anybody. And to say this has done something for a black man defending a black, no, it's tarnished the black male image. If anything, where's the win for black men in this? And that's what you guys better understand. You need to understand that the way you win is through respect of other men. True power is not in what you do, it's in what you don't do. Like it or not, when you choose to become a public figure, you're going to have to eat a lot of shit. And you don't get to just blow up on the public stage, on international TV, and then it's all okay because you're Will Smith. Absolutely not. It's one thing if it would have been your own event, but you assaulted Chris Rock. We're not talking about a peon here. We're talking about a megastar with a large battery of work and somebody to be respected. But you did something to the one man you could do something to. This is why I say black men in general, black men in particular, therapy is so important. Therapy. Deal with your mama issues, because I said it Friday in that closing monologue, the level of abuse that goes on in the black community that goes untalked about at the hands of far too many women that are mothers. We put all this burden on the men, all this burden on the fathers, but since the 90s, Shahrazad we've been talking about this. Iyanla Vanzant come 180 from the time when she was the Yoruba priestess on Donahue, checking Miss Sister Ali to saying, black women, you're out of order. Because you get paid to be out of order. If Jada was that sensitive about the subject, then why come out? Oh, you're saying she shouldn't come out of the house? I didn't say that. But if you're out, you're out. Things can be said about anybody. Again, this woman is not suffering from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. There is nothing that you can say that would justify what Will Smith did or the reason behind it. Far better if he really wanted to handle it, you do what a man's supposed to do. He says something, y'all know how this works. Step to the right, step to the left. When they leave off stage for a break, hey, Chris, let me talk to you. Did you know and ask him to explain what he means. Did you know my wife has an autoimmune disease, suffering from an autoimmune condition, alopecia? You don't even know if that man knew that. And when I hear Oprah Winfrey's road dog, Gayle King, saying, I know Chris Rock. He's not a malicious man. I can't believe that he did it. I don't believe Chris Rock even knew that Jada Pinkett had alopecia. These people are a little bit different. Look at how the children adorn and express themselves. It's not uncommon for black women to cut their hair off. He could have stepped to that man, asked him, or in his acceptance speech, he could have done what he should have done. And if he really had an issue, highlight it then. But violence, look how hypocritical he looked. You want to tell Pookie and Ray Ray and the street people and this and that and that. No. That dog won't hunt. And that's part of the issue. When we sit around and try to talk about how this or that, it's always the hypocrisy. That's why I say I'm not perfect in any stretch of the imagination. But this is about black men. Whatever is going on with Will, you should never take it out on another black man. Why not step to the real problem, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get into it. You know what the real problem is? Far too many black men fear black women. You fear their disapproval. You fear being canceled. You fear Big Mama. You fear your mama. The queen energy in your mind. The only group of men that I can point to that move this way. Defending someone's honor is one thing, but let's talk about that. He was defending his wife's honor. I can hear that. Provided your wife is defending your honor with her image and her behavior. See, it's my opinion that a wife should defend her husband's honor with the way she carries herself and the way she behaves and the way she communicates. She should carry herself in a way that a wife should, so that puts her above reproach or above the crowd to where she comes with a natural amount of immunity to the bullshit. So if anyone were to go against that or say something or do something, then it is without a shadow of a doubt that you need to defend that. But how do you defend the honor of someone who is, One is proactive and one is reactive. You want your man to defend your honor? Then, sister, you need to defend your man's honor with your words, your appearance, and your behavior at all times. We all witness the entanglement bullshit. How is Jada Pinkett Smith defending her husband's honor? Y'all don't want to go there, though. Y'all want black men to just take it and take it and take it and take it and take it. You want men to just take it and take it and take it and take it until what? Until what? Because this is what happened on the Oscars. Well, go down to your local county. Go down to your local prison. Look at the charges between, especially black on black. And I would bet a high percentage of the time you find incidents between black men. It's not hard for me to believe that if you look at the source of it, at the root cause of it, it's usually some dispute over some woman. But that's on us. Stop letting women put batteries in your back, gentlemen. Simping is dangerous. Look at what he just did to Will Smith. One of the biggest nights of his life ruined. Forever scarred. He will never be the same. You can't live this down. And then the fact that you didn't even have the balls enough to apologize to Chris Rock then. You waited almost 24 hours. The man chose not to press charges, chose not to hit back, chose to just let it go. And you and I both know Chris Rock could have done many of things. As Will Smith was walking off, he could have just said, damn, I'll feel that smack until August. Then what would Will have done? What would Will have done? Damn, I'm gonna feel that smack. I'm gonna feel that one until August. What's Will gonna do? He gonna run back up there and get another one? Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. That's just like when a virulent racist calls you a ninja. That's your biggest bullet. You've dropped your biggest bullet. Walking up and slapping a man, and he ate the slap, and then he's yelling like a female from the audience. Big Willie style. Man, you should be disgusted with yourself. That you allow yourself to blow up over something that you laughed at. Again, if it would have been his own reaction, maybe. From ha 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 to, ooh, she's angry, let me go up and slap a man. Hollywood has been telling us for a long time how we should and should not act. Most of us don't live in their world. And this is a time for men in general, black men in particular, to draw a line in the sand and say no more. No more of this believe women at all. No more of this. Gentlemen, what is the agenda here? For men to destroy men? On behalf of whom? We're not talking about Mother Teresa here. What are we doing? Who do you build with when you fight with the very men? The clip of Chris Rock being on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air years ago? Chris Rock is who you work with. Chris Rock is who you build with. You don't beef with the men you build with. And you damn sure don't do it in public. You don't do it in public and you don't resort to violence. What you do is you don't fuck with each other anymore. That's what you do. But no, this is one lesson that black men can learn. Stop allowing your ego and trying to look big in front of women to make you blow up your stuff. You really want to disdain somebody? Stop dealing with them. Stop acting like you say these women act. I mean, come on, guys. A lot of times like, women do this and women do that, expose and this and that. Well, then what the hell? And I've heard someone saying, Jada should have said, no, Will, come back and sit your butt down. No, she couldn't have done that. Calling Will, he would have been emasculated anyway. We have all seen what has happened. And this is where I think it's incumbent upon the community. We need to start taking men's mental health, men's emotion, and men's state of mind into consideration. Stop demonizing men for not being, you have these whole movements of guys who are just out of the dating market, men who are average, who are locked out of mating and relationships. What do y'all think is going to happen when you keep pushing men and keep pushing men and keep pushing men? They're human too. Will Smith has resources and access. And hopefully this will be a time for him to take a step back and realize that, you know what? Maybe the issue is internal, whether it's inside my house, inside my head, but it ain't other people. Chris Rock, an apology, you owe him a hell of a lot more than that. So I thank you, Chris Rock. I thank you. It took a hell of a man to do what you did, man. And as a bouncer, I've had some shit happen to me that for the betterment of other people. I've talked about it. When I was a bouncer, I had somebody spit on me and I had to take it. Why? Because the other guy I was with, we would have gotten destroyed at a 5-1 fight. It was 2 against 5, and one of the guys was new. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to take it, but that's the position I chose. If you choose to be a public figure, you choose to be out here, you take everything that comes with it. It ain't always pleasant. Trust me. But under no circumstances does that allow me to go get violent. You don't think I've seen shit. It's human nature, but no, because that's not manly. Let somebody get you to the point to where you snap in a moment of violence. Man, come on. And I hope you get some help, Will. I hope this is also a message to other men. Don't become Will Smith. Do not get emasculated and disrespected and ground down by the woman you love or dealing with so much that you feel like you got to destroy yourself for this for this family. No, your job is to not die. No, that's why I played that Tiffany Haddish piece. No, defend your family. Yes. But your family also needs to defend you. You are not a resource to be eaten up and used and discarded by everybody in this world. Man, black man, you matter too. When you're on the red carpet, stop trying to look at her. No, it's your spotlight. Let her be your wife. I'm going to just say it. Black men, take your place. Stop trying to share the spotlight. It will breed contempt and disrespect in the long term. Hey, yeah, I'm here, but look at her. No, let her be her, you be you. Because that's how men move. We're the only group of men who feels like that we got to share our success with everybody else, dim our stars, make everybody else happy. But then when it comes right down to it, when you crack, you break. Oh, well, you know. And when you crack, you break, you tend to try to take out somebody. And what do? Proximity, take out somebody that looks like you. French toast, all that. Maybe I'm completely off. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Oh, man, you on some bullshit on this one, Kevin. Will did the right thing by assaulting Chris Rock, a megastar on international TV. Chris Rock should have been abused and assaulted because saying, I can't wait to see your wife in a new movie. I bet you if a movie came out starring G.I. Jane, she'd have been in it like a, man, please. Her career ain't been doing so well. Gentlemen, one thing that I've said, and I will say it again. Gentlemen, one of the things we have not learned, especially in the black community, is the ability to check our women. Check your chick. Why is this important? Well, plenty of women have come out and said, you know what? I like a man who can put me in my place. I like a man who can tell me to sit down somewhere. Because if you don't learn how and when, if you don't stand up to your woman, she's going to push you around. I mean, this is a perfect test case. You can be an internationally beloved actor, musician, entertainer. If you choose to get with a woman and choose to allow it to be emasculated, life can be a living hell. I know a lot of people want to sit around and blame Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh, and she has a fair amount of blame. Make no mistake, she does. But at the end of the day, Will Smith still has his part to play in this as well. Look, there's a code. And the code ultimately is whether he hit a weaker man, physically smaller, not trying to do him any insult. And he was relatively sure that he wasn't going to get checked, because I need you guys to understand, Will Smith slapped this man and turned his back. I bet you Jesus, if he'd have slapped somebody that could whoop, he wouldn't turn his back on the right one. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. You wouldn't have, oh Jesus, you wouldn't have slapped the right one and turned his back. He would have been getting curb stomped walking. That's the worst thing you do. Slap a man and turn your back. You can't defend yourself with your back turned. He slapped him and buttoned his jacket like he did something. That was some punk hoe shit, Will. I better run. Shit, I'm 6'4", 215. Try that shit with me. Me and Will will be taking a picture like this. I ain't trying to fight nobody over this bullshit, man. Come on, man. I'm 53 years old. Got accountants and lawyers and security for. What the fuck are we doing, man? Tired of no matter where a man, black man gets to, we got to assert ourselves physically or fucking. I reject that as our only way to affirm ourselves. I'm tired of that shit with black men, for black men. No matter how you get, you can have a CEO, you can have Reginald Lewis, you can have Robert Smith and Byron Allen and Damon John and Jay Prince and Master P. And y'all expect that these dudes get into a disagreement that they supposed to shoot the fairway. Man, fuck that shit. We're supposed to fight it or fuck it out. No, black men are not primitive. This is not 2001, A Space Odyssey. We have other ways of expressing our discontent and displeasure with one another other than fighting. And anybody who supports this shit and says you for black men, for black men's betterment, evolution, improvement, black male media, black male image, and you support this, I question your support. At what age can we stop fighting? Just curious. At what age? At what age do we not settle things with fisticuffs? At what age do you not have to be real no more? At what level, at what time do black men get to decide black male masculinity on our terms? Not on what she may think, not on what the street think, not on what Wall Street think, but on our own individual codes. To where we don't have to destroy one another just because we disagree. If you're not down for that, you might as well leave this channel.